What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big House, and tonight we're actually doing something a little bit different. So I am sorta, kinda injured. Story of my life. So yesterday I tweaked my back deadlifting. It's kind of just a compound things of a lot of going on this past week. Honestly, just kind of the icing on the cake. So, what we're actually going to do is I'm competing, I think it's like 4 weeks in a deadlift competition, and I don't really have time to just take a couple days off or a week off and let it chill. So, what I'm going to do is kind of force the soreness out of it, I guess is the best way of putting it. I know it's not really the best words, but anyways. So basically what it is that it's nothing major. I've just basically I was tired, and I'll mix between being tired, rushing my setup, and ego lifting because of just lack of confidence in myself. I wound up rushing the lift, and besides just stopping where I was at and knowing that, okay, Brandon, you probably hurt yourself, let's stop here and have time to rest, I went a little heavier, and that's where I tweaked my back at. So what we're going to do is we're doing a bench or squat tonight. We might do both, honestly. We're not going to go heavy. We're just going to go until it feels comfortable to us. It doesn't give us a whole lot of pain. We'll start off with some light stretches to the lower back, just kind of getting the lower back kind of worked out. It feels a whole lot better than it did yesterday or this morning. So hopefully by the end of the night it will feel even better. That way by, let's say, next week, Tuesday or something, I can get back to the training I'm really wanting to get done. But, alright, well, I will see you guys at the gym. Barbell Syndicate. Alright, so as I said, I've tweaked my back, so we're having to work everything around it. So, a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about right quick. When you get injured, a bunch of people like to kind of what I like to call milk the injury or baby the injury. And at first, it's human response. I mean, when you have a pop in your shoulder or you have a pop in your lower back, it's the first thing that comes to mind. Oh, fuck. And that's normal. But the biggest thing to remember is, one, stay calm. Don't freak out. Assess the situation. Can you still move your arm? Can you still bend over? Can you still move? Does it just hurt? If that's the case, okay, then maybe it's not as bad as it seems. Now, please remember, I am not a licensed physician. I am not a doctor. I'm simply just telling you things that's worked for me and things that I do that when I get injured. With that being said, assess the situation. Is your back, so for example, yesterday my back popped when I was deadlifting, and at first, yes, it hurt very badly. I knew that it was going to be sore. I knew that I had hurt it. I did not all of a sudden start to freak out and think that, oh shit, I'm never going to be able to lift again. There goes all my progress. Woe is me. I didn't think that. I went home. I laid down for a minute. I knew that my back was going to tighten up because that's what all muscles do. I knew that it was going to be sore. I knew that it was going to hurt. But I also knew that the more I laid around and the more I stayed still, the stiffer it would get. So I started moving, whether it be walking, stretching a little bit, just bend over, touch your toes, whatever, just enough to get the back moving. One thing I've learned is the longer you allow the injury to stay around, the longer it's going to stay. So tonight, before we do any movements, before we do any workout, what we're going to do is grab a barbell or some weights and just kind of stretch and kind of get some blood flowing into that lower back, and hopefully get it stretched out a little bit, get it kind of warmed up, and then we'll kind of go from there. I'm hoping that we can bench press and get a little bit of work in, but right now I just kind of center around that. So let's go.
Okay, so he always likes to ask you controversial questions, right? Does it matter how the weight goes on the motherfucking bar?
Can't use that word, Daddy.
Bullshit. He said that these have to go in because they're inside, and this one points out. We just did mine with all of them pointing out. So is there a difference? Is there a difference? No. Is he being extra? Yes. And is this rust on my face? I think so.
The fuck is that?
You want to do any lifting tonight, or are we just gonna?
It pumped, it feels better. Don't touch me. Your ass.
Come on, let's go. So, train's feeling really pretty good tonight. Hitting 225 for 6 sets of 4. As you can see in some of the takes, that the back is still wanting to build. The back is still a little sore, but I feel like we've gotten a lot of good blood going through it, so it's not near as sore as it was yesterday, or even this morning. One thing I wanted to say is, with any injury, period, you're going to have soreness. You're going to have to kind of find that willpower or that mindset and kind of push through the pain. It kind of just goes back to how bad do you want it. Like I said, I'm wanting to compete in about a month. And then after that, I have another competition about a month after that. So really, I only have about 2 months to train. And I'm not really wanting to allow this small little injury to affect that. So, with any injury you have, or you're going to get, because powerlifting or lifting period, you will get injured. Assess the situation, be smart about it, and just, you have to work through it. You have to. A bunch of times an injury will just be sore, and if you can kind of just work through the soreness, it's not as bad. We're about to get cameoed. Or you could just have her to press on the injury. Alright guys, be back with you in just a minute. Alright, so we just got done with the training session. Actually turned out very good. I'm very happy with how it turned out. Back held up pretty good. So I think what we're going to do is take tomorrow and Sunday off, rest up completely, and then Monday we'll do some squats and see how that feels, and then go from there. Like I said before, I'm not a licensed physician or a doctor or anything like that. I'm just a guy who's been injured quite a bit, so I've learned not to jump to speculation. Sometimes it's not near as bad as you think it is. It's only half as bad. You know, so the next time you pop your back, or the next time you think that it's something major, go through the situation. Can you still move? Can you still use your arm? Can you still act like you're deadlifting? Can you still squat? If so, then it's probably not as bad as you think it is. It's probably just more sore. But, you know, if you still think that it's something more, by all means, please go to the doctor, get yourself checked out. But please remember, regardless, it's going to be sore, it's going to hurt. Don't let that hinder you from your training. Don't let that hinder you from your goals. Use this as a motivation to get through it, to work through it, to push through the pain and get to where you want to go. As always, I appreciate everybody who's given me support. Shout out to everybody who has subscribed and liked the channel. If you haven't yet, if you have any suggestions or questions, please hit the subscribe button and leave any suggestions and questions in the comments below. Until next time, Big Hoss out.